If you bowled at Don Carter Lanes, chances are you knew or at least heard of Jerome Woodfork. 13 News reporter Lauren Baker spoke to bowlers in the community who got to see Jerome strike everyone out and help others become as good as he was.
Friends say Jerome Woodfork was the greatest bowler they ever knew.
He was like a celebrity because he was a one name. It was like Kobe or Tiger. It was just Jerome.
At Don Carter Lanes, he was a regular. He was good, and he knew it.
He never felt like he wasn't the best bowler in the building, even at his age that he was now. I mean, he goes up to these young 18, 19-year-old kids and says, I'm going to put you in your place.
But he was also a mentor.
That was one of the biggest things I love about Jerome. He always told me never give up. Fight to the last frame.
Fellow bowlers say his character, leadership, and passion are what made everyone want to be around him.
And we waited for the day that we could compete against Jerome because he just loved to compete.
Statistically, he's the greatest bowler in the history of Rockford.
Dave Stone is on the Rockford USBC Board of Directors and has known Jerome for years. He says Jerome was inducted into the Greater Rockford Area Bowling Hall of Fame in 1994 and spent his years traveling across the country competing, all while helping others along the way.
Jerome was a friend and reached out to everybody. There wasn't anybody Jerome wouldn't talk to and become friends with. There was no bias anywhere. And that just grounds itself in love.
But when news broke that Jerome was shot and killed Saturday, it left those friends and competitors in disbelief.
It's rocked us to our core.
And I gave him a call. I'm like, hey, hey, is Jerome okay? Anything like that? And he told me that Jerome didn't make it. I was shocked.
Now, in the midst of tragedy, these bowlers say they want people to remember Jerome for who he was as a person.
Jerome's emotions were always pure. They were never negative. They were never angry. They were always pure, and they were always fun and loved.
A love they say they will carry on in honor of his legacy. For your 13 Weather Authority, Lauren Baker, 13 News.
And bowlers say they hope to create a bowling tournament in Jerome's honor in the near future. Another one of those victims, Dennis Steinhoff, was a longtime basketball referee across the state line, who's being remembered by his peers and players and coaches who knew him. Steinhoff refed for decades and is listed on the IHSA 25-year service award list. Friends who worked alongside him on the court say he was a Vietnam veteran who suffered health complications due to Agent Orange. They add he was loyal and deeply loved his family. Coaches who had Steinhoff frequently as a ref say he went above and beyond for players.
He was a great official. He didn't just ref games. He sought to teach, and I think that's probably the greatest compliment that you can give him. He made sure that the kids understood the game, and he also tried to help them become better players.
He was real patient. I think he was patient with coaches, too. He didn't lose his temper out there very often, and he didn't get mad very often. Consequently, I never really got mad at Denny either. He was always just a good one.
And we're learning more tonight about the third man shot and killed Saturday night, Thomas Furseth. We spoke to his sister Linda earlier this afternoon on the phone.
He was always willing to, lend a hand to anybody. He was really liked by everyone. He was just very outgoing, very gregarious.
Furseth, who grew up in Machesney Park, was 65 years old and the second of 6 children. Linda says she's not sure why he was at Don Carter Lanes that night, but says he was a longtime customer there and loved to socialize. Linda says her brother worked at Chrysler in Belvedere for decades and stayed in Machesney Park even as other siblings moved away. She says her family just learned of his death today, leaving them devastated.
He, died too young. He was only 65 years old. He was the first of his siblings to die, so it's a really sad thing.